Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention in the off-grid and rural living world, and that's what to do with your RV waste. Not the most glamorous topic, I know, but trust me, if you're living on land or planning to, this stuff matters. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Land Buyer's Guide. I'm your host, Scott Thomas, founder of landparker.com, where we help everyday people get onto rural land with affordable owner financing. We're talking properties sometimes as low as $100 down and $100 a month. So if land ownership feels out of reach right now, stick around. But first, let's get into today's topic. RV waste management, and specifically how to handle it safely, legally, and without making a mess of your property or the environment around it. So here's the thing. Most RVs have two separate holding tanks. You've got your gray water tank. That's the water coming from your sinks and your shower. It's soapy, relatively mild stuff. And then you've got your black water tank, which is your toilet waste. That's the one that needs the most attention. Those are your two main systems, and understanding them is where everything starts. Now, monitoring your tank levels is something a lot of people get lazy about. Your RV probably has a built-in monitor, but honestly, those things can be pretty inaccurate after a while. A good rule of thumb is just don't let your tanks get past about 75% full before you dump. Don't wait until you're maxed out. That's when problems happen. Okay, so when it comes to actually dumping, the most common option is using a dump station. And the good news, they're everywhere. RV parks and campgrounds are obvious spots. A lot of them will let you use their dump station even if you're not a guest, usually for a small fee. State and national parks often have them. Truck stops, travel centers, some Walmart locations, some Flying J locations. And if you're not sure what's near you, there are apps for this. Campendium, sanidumps.com, RV Dump Stations app. Any of those will point you in the right direction. Now let me walk you through how to actually use one of these stations, because if you've never done it before, it can feel a little intimidating. It's really not bad once you've done it once or twice. First thing, gloves. Always. Don't skip this. Put them on before you touch anything. Connect your sewer hose securely to the dump inlet. And here's an important order of operations. Open your black water valve first. Always drain the black tank before the gray tank. Once that drains out, if there's a tank rinser available, use it. Flush that thing out good. Then close the black valve and open the gray water valve. The soapy gray water actually helps rinse out your hose, which is a nice little bonus. Once everything's drained, close your valves, rinse down the area, and stow your hose in a dedicated sealed bag or container. Then wash your hands, even after you've taken the gloves off. One small upgrade that makes a big difference. Get a clear elbow connector for your hose. You can see right through it, so you can tell exactly when the tank is fully drained. Small thing, but you'll appreciate it. Now, if you're living on rural land and you're not close to a dump station, that changes the equation a little. You've got to think longer term. And this is something I always tell people who are buying land through us at Land Parker. Think about your waste management plan before you close on a property, not after. So what are your options out there on rural land? The most permanent solution is a septic system. If you're going to be on that property for the long haul, hooking your RV up to a properly permitted septic system is really the cleanest way to go. Just make sure you're pulling the right permits and following your local county regulations. Improper septic installation can mean fines, and it can mean real environmental damage. Don't cut corners on this one. Another popular option, especially in the homesteading community, is a composting toilet. These things are pretty clever. They separate liquid and solid waste, so you're barely even using your black tank at all. The solid waste breaks down over time into compost. The liquid waste, depending on your local rules, can sometimes be diluted and used as fertilizer. It significantly reduces how often you need to deal with dumping, and it's a great fit if you're trying to live in a more sustainable way. If you're parked semi-permanently on your land but can't easily drive your whole rig to a dump station, portable waste tanks are worth looking into, sometimes called tote tanks or honey wagons. You transfer waste from your RV holding tank into one of these smaller portable tanks, hook it up to your hitch, and haul just that to the nearest dump station. They range from about 15 to 42 gallons. Much easier than moving your whole setup every time. And then there's septic pumping services. In some rural areas, local septic companies will actually come out to your property and pump your RV holding tanks on site. Not everywhere, but it's worth calling around and asking. You might be surprised what's available. All right, now let's talk about what not to do. And I'm going to be straight with you here because this part really matters. Never dump black water on the ground. I don't care where you are or how remote the land is. Raw sewage introduces pathogens into the soil and into the groundwater. It's illegal pretty much everywhere. And if you're on a property with a well, you could contaminate your own drinking water. Just don't do it. Don't dump into storm drains or any kind of waterway. Those systems are not built for sewage. They go straight to rivers and lakes and wetlands. Gray water is a little more nuanced. Some states and counties allow it under specific conditions, others don't at all. Don't just assume it's fine to let it run on the ground. Check your local regulations first. And here's one that catches a lot of people off guard. Don't leave your black tank valve open at an RV hookup pad thinking it'll just drain as you go. What actually happens is the liquids drain out and the solids pile up. People in the RV world have a lovely name for this. They call it a poop pyramid. Trust me, you do not want that problem. Now, between dump sessions, there are some habits that just make your life easier. Use RV-safe, biodegradable toilet paper. Regular toilet paper doesn't break down well in holding tanks. Add enzyme-based tank treatments to help break waste down and keep odors under control. Use plenty of water when you flush, because keeping the tank contents liquid helps everything flow out cleanly. Rinse your black tank thoroughly after every dump. And a few times a year, do a full sanitize with either a diluted bleach solution or a commercial tank cleaner. These aren't complicated things. They just become second nature after a while. Okay, let's bring this back to the land buying side for a minute. If you're in the process of looking at rural property, whether through us or anyone else, waste management should absolutely be part of your due diligence before you close. Ask whether there's an existing septic system on the property. Find out what the county's rules are on composting toilets or gray water. If you're planning to put in a new septic system, ask about PERC test results. That tells you whether the soil can actually support one. Find out how far the nearest dump station is from the property, and check for any deed restrictions or HOA rules that might limit your options. Getting answers to those questions up front saves you from some really unpleasant and expensive surprises down the road. Here's the honest takeaway from all of this. Handling RV waste responsibly isn't some massive, complicated ordeal. It just takes a little planning. Know your tanks, stay on top of your levels, have a dumping plan, and follow the rules. That's really it. Whether you're weekend camping, living full-time on the road, or building out a homestead from the ground up, doing this right protects your health, your property, and the land around you. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today. If you've been thinking about getting onto some land of your own, and maybe you want a place to park that RV and actually call it home, come check us out at landparker.com. We've got rural vacant land listings around the country with owner financing that's built for real people. Sometimes as little as $100 down and $100 a month. No bank, no credit check headaches. Just land you can actually get into. Head over to landparker.com, browse what we've got available, and if you've got questions, reach out. We're always happy to talk through it. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.